Have you ever stopped to think why, even with all the information literally in the palm of your hand, that feeling that something huge is being hidden from us only gets stronger? You scroll the feed, watch documentary after documentary, read book after book, and in the end, you're still left with that itch you can't scratch. Is the history they taught me in school actually the real one? I know exactly how that feels. You feel an emptiness, a restlessness that no teacher, no History Channel special, number 60-second TikTok can ever fill. It's like the truth is right there in front of you, but it keeps slipping through your fingers. And the worst part, the harder you try to understand, the more it feels like somebody wants you to stay confused. Millions of Americans feel the exact same way. This isn't tinfoil hat crazy stuff. It's regular people who work, pay bills, raise kids, and deep down know something seriously off with the official story. And what if I told you the root of that discomfort isn't lack of sources or laziness in researching, but a 12,000-year-old inheritance that was deliberately erased? What if the biggest secret of mankind isn't hidden in Washington or the Vatican, but under the ocean? In the ruins of a civilization, the modern elite is still desperate to keep out of textbooks. In this video, I'm going to show you how Atlantis isn't just Greek myth, and how the same symbols, the same secret societies, the same control plan that started there are alive today, stronger than ever, in the Illuminati you think you know. If you're tired of half-truths and finally want to understand where real human history actually runs, stay with me until the end. Because what you're about to discover can change forever the way you see the world and your place in it. You ready? Then let's dive straight into the abyss. You've probably heard somebody say, Atlantis is just a fairy tale. Bro, Plato made it up to teach a morals lesson. Or Illuminati. That's just stuff for people who watch too many Hollywood conspiracy flicks. And we swallow it because we've been trained to swallow it since kindergarten. Let's be real. When you were a kid in American public school, what did they teach you about ancient history? Egypt, Greece, Rome, and that's it. Everything else. Primitive tribes or cute little myths. Nobody ever told you that before all those empires we worship, there was a global, ultra-advanced civilization that mastered energy, navigation, even genetics, and vanished overnight. Why? Because admitting that would blow up the official timeline that keeps power exactly where it is today. The common perception is, Atlantis is fiction, Illuminati is an internet joke. Reality. They're the same damn thing, just 12,000 years apart. Think about it. Why do literally every ancient culture, from the Maya to the Sumerians, from the Hindus to the Hopi, talk about a golden age that ended in a cataclysm? Why do identical symbols, pyramids, the all-seeing eye, feathered serpents show up on continents that supposedly never met? Coincidence? There's no coincidence on that scale, man. And the usual ways we try to figure this out crash and burn every time. You watch Ancient Aliens, it's cool, but you still treat it like entertainment. You read Graham Hancock, you're pumped for a week, then Monday hits and you go back to the grind like nothing happened. Because nobody ever gave you the missing link. Those guys are looking at symptoms, not the disease. The world sees you as a conspiracy nut and laughs in your face. Your buddies roll their eyes when you try to explain. Your family thinks you're wasting your life. And the worst part, deep down you start doubting yourself. But what if I prove to you, with evidence, even the Smithsonian can't bury anymore? That today's Illuminati are the direct heirs of Atlantis. And what if the big secret isn't who runs the world, but why are they? Terrified, you'll find out where they really came from. It's cheeky with me because in the next part, I'm dropping the map that connects every dot, and the reason you've never heard about it in school is gonna make you genuinely pissed. Drop a comment right now. When was the first time you felt the official story didn't add up? I wanna know. Your story might end up in the next video. Now take a deep breath, because what's coming next is going to shake everything you thought you knew. Let's cut straight to the part nobody wants to say out loud. The root of your restlessness isn't too much curiosity. It's genetic memory. Yeah, you read that right? Buried in your DNA is an echo of what went down 12,000 years ago when the world your ancestors knew turned into water, fire, and darkness in a matter of hours. The survivors weren't cavemen. They were engineers, astronomers, sailors who crossed oceans in ships with no oars and no sails. And above all, they were priests guarding knowledge so dangerous they swore. If this power ever falls into the wrong hands again, humanity is done. That knowledge got passed down in secret, generation after generation, only to the initiated. In Egypt, they called it the mysteries of Isis. In Greece, the Orphic mysteries. In Yucatan, the path of Kukulkan. And in modern times, Bavarian Illuminati, Scottish Rite, Freemasonry, Skull and Bones at Yale. Same bloodline, same symbols, same oath of silence. You're not to blame for feeling like something's wrong. You were programmed to forget, but they couldn't erase everything. They tried with the burning of the Library of Alexandria, the Inquisition, and by ridiculing anyone who dared mention pre-flood civilization, they're still trying today. Change the channel when Graham Hancock pops up on Netflix, label it pseudo-archaeology, fund universities to keep repeating there's no evidence. But the evidence is everywhere, man. Pyramids aligned with Orion on 3 different continents. The 1513 Piri-Reis map showing an ice-free Antarctica impossible unless copied from Atlantean sources. The all-seeing eye on the $1 bill, the exact same eye that was on Atlantean coins according to Diodorus. These people aren't hiding little green men in Area 51. They're hiding who they really are. The unbroken bloodline of the gods who survived the flood and rebuilt the world exactly how they wanted it. In the next part, I'm handing you the final proof that ties Atlantis, the Illuminati, and what's happening in America in 2025 together. And why you're feeling this urgency right now is going to hit you like a truck. Comment right now. Would you join a secret society if it offered you the full truth? Just answer yes or nitrogen monoxide. I want to see how many are ready for the next level. Because what's coming next is the kind of thing that makes people disappear. Don't leave. Enough watching from the sidelines, enough settling for crumbs and thinking it's a feast. The good news is, the power they fear most never left you. It's your attention, your time, and your ability to connect the dots. They only rule as long as we keep accepting their version of history. Here's the exact action plan I use myself, and that has already changed thousands of lives in this community, and it can change yours starting today. Step 1. Stop consuming history as entertainment. From now on, every single time you watch or read something about the past, ask 3 questions. Who benefits if I believe this? What was conveniently left out? And what symbol or pattern have I seen somewhere else? Do this for 30 days straight, and your brain will turn into an automatic lie detector. Step 2, build your own Atlantean map. Grab a notebook or a Notion page and start writing down every weird coincidence you find. Monument alignments, global flood legends, repeating symbols. In 2 weeks, you'll have a file that smokes anything Netflix has ever put out. That's your personal vaccine against brainwashing. Step 3, link up with the ones who are already awake. Down in these comments, there are hundreds of Americans just like you. Teachers, vets, engineers, stay-at-home moms, all seeing the same pattern. Reply to at least 1 comment per video. That quiet network is stronger than any of their secret societies. Step 4, turn knowledge into daily power. Once you know the eye on the dollar comes straight from Atlantis, every time you spend a bill, you'll remember who's really in charge. And that gives you insane fuel to build your own independence. Financial, mental, spiritual. These 4 steps cost $0, need 0 permission, and can't be censored. It's the same method the Atlantean survivors used to keep the flame alive for 12,000 years. Now the flame is in your hands. In the final part, coming right now, I'm dropping the undeniable proof that ties Atlantis, the Illuminati, and what's happening across the US in 2025, and why you're feeling this urgency at this exact moment in history. If you made it this far, you're not the same person who clicked play. Comment, I woke up if you're ready for the kill shot, because once you see this last piece, there's no going back. Breathe and hit the bell, because this next part tends to get pulled within 24 hours when it leaks elsewhere. You've been warned. Year 2000, a US military satellite, later declassified, real quick photographed a perfect pyramid structure bigger than Giza, sitting 2,000 feet deep in the Bermuda Triangle with visible writing on the sides. The image circulated inside the Pentagon for 48 hours and vanished. The guy who leaked it was found suicided with 2 bullets to the back of the head while digging a new access tunnel into Cheyenne Mountain. Workers hit a sealed chamber lined with orichalcum plates the exact metal Plato said only existed in Atlantis. Site was locked down in 12 hours. Every worker signed 75-year. One of them talked to me off record. It was the same symbol as the back of the dollar bill. but massive and glowing. Now, 2025, why do you think they're suddenly shoving UAP alien disclosure down our throats? Because Plan B just kicked in. If regular people start piecing together Atlantis on their own, it's better to admit aliens than confess the global elite is an unbroken bloodline of post-flood priest-kings who never lost control. The final proof is sitting in your wallet right now. Pull out a $1 bill. Look at the back. That unfinished pyramid and floating eye aren't Masonic symbols from the Founding Fathers. They're the exact seal of the Sons of Thoth, the Atlantean Brotherhood that survived and swore to rebuild the Empire when humanity was ready again. MDCC, through the gematria, they actually use, and you get 666:1110. The code for the next reset they believe starts in 2030. Feel the urgency because their clock is running out. They need us to accept the new system digital currency, 15-minute cities, one world religion before the Atlantean truth goes fully viral and becomes impossible to contain. So here's the final call. Starting today, you're not a seeker anymore. You're a torchbearer. Guard what you learned. Spread it wisely. Live off their grid as much as you can, because the next great flood won't be water. It's going to be truth. If this video blew your mind, it means you were ready. Comment fire lit right now. I read every single one. And the next videos are built from your stories. The abyss looked back, and this time you stared right into it with me. Welcome to the rest of your life. Thanks for going all the way to the end. Smash subscribe, hit the bell, this stuff disappears fast, and I'll see you in the next dive.